So let's move on to the key points for this month's webinar, creating harmonious relationships. And there is one simple golden rule if you wish harmony in any of your relationships, and that simply is to treat others the way that you would have them treat you. Life is a mirror, as within, so without. We are shown aspects of ourselves in the attitudes of others towards us. All forms of relationship, bliss and harmony, whether with our society, our friends, our family, our local community, ultimately they are going to come from finding peace and harmony and bliss within ourselves. If we are not at peace with ourselves, if we don't like ourselves, that is going to reflect in some way in our relationships with others. I learned this many years ago, and it's a strange thing, but you really can't love another more than you genuinely love or like yourself. You may aspire to, you may wish to, you may even say it, I love you so much. But if you don't love yourself, then you can't really be the person you would choose to be for another. If you're not at peace with yourself, then when life gets difficult, as it does every so often, and we become stressed and unbalanced within ourselves, that stress and imbalance ultimately is going to be projected outwards, and it's going to affect the relationships we have with the people around us and with the world at large. Many years ago, somebody shared this quote with me, and I've never found out who the author is. Only one life which soon will pass. Only what's done with love will last. It is the love that we put into our life, and it's the love we put into our relationships that creates the lasting impact. The other things we do may linger for a long time, but they don't create anything of real good or value that is sustained over the long period. My advice to myself and to others is to be open and accepting. Seek first to understand others and then to be understood. But put others first. Go into relationships and life with an openness in both your mind and your heart. Often we're in discord or disharmony with someone else, and we have an opinion in our mind about them. But then when we find out more, and we find out why they have perhaps been the way that they are being, that then we start to understand that they are just having a very difficult time in their own life. The people that have the hardest times tend to put on the thickest mask, and very often we see them as cold or closed, but it's simply because they are hurting in some way. We can't, of course, set goals for others to be the way that we would want them to be, because whether they are our neighbours, our friends, our family, partners, our children in particular, everyone has free will. Even if we could set goals for others, it wouldn't ultimately make us happy, because the things that will annoy us in one person ultimately will annoy us in everyone. And we will see reflections of that annoyance everywhere we go. Again, it's because life is a mirror, and it's reflecting back something that we are uncomfortable with in ourselves. In life, and particularly in relationships, like attracts like. And if we are wishing harmony within our relationships, it is finding harmony within ourselves within our beliefs, within our attitudes, within our behavior, that we will attract somebody else that is also in harmony with us. It really requires two whole people to make one good relationship. And so much of the challenge that people face in relationships is that they are looking for somebody else to complete them. And they become not only attached to the person, but needing the person to be in a certain way so that they can be happy. Find happiness in and of yourself. Find love within yourself and within life. And as you build your own level of happiness, as you build your own level of love, as you are kind to yourself within your own behaviors, so you will attract others into your life of like nature. I was talking to somebody recently about this who's single and looking for a partner. And I said, map out who it is that you would ideally like to be with. Map out their beliefs and map out their attitudes and the way that you would wish them to behave and all of those things. And then understand that to attract that person, you will need to be that way because like attracts like. And she said, well, I thought it was opposites that attract. Opposites add spice. It's nice to have some complementary difference. But think about it for a moment. The person that has the opposite beliefs of you, the person who has the opposite values to you, the person that has the opposite level of integrity to you, the person who behaves in a completely different way to you. This is not normally someone you're drawn to. This is someone that you are perhaps in conflict with because you see nothing in common. It is sameness that attracts, and then the differences add spice. And of course, what makes a really good relationship is the balance. It's the balance between the sameness and the difference. And we want it to be a complementary balance. And so it's actually the sameness that pulls us together. And you can create a goal map for finding your ideal partner, or use my other technique, life mapping. Map out who it is that you wish to have in your life and hold on to the realization that you need to be that way in order to attract them. By looking at your map, you'll send the command to your subconscious to gradually help you evolve your thoughts, your feelings, and your behavior. If you're already with someone and you're looking to strengthen that relationship, then together create a shared goal map. Sit down, talk about how you would like your relationship and life to be between the two of you, get agreement, and together create a goal map. And you can print out 2 copies, you can have one each. Maybe they have slight differences in terms of the actions or activity, but the core goals of togetherness are obviously the thing. And it's seeking first to understand and then to be understood. And the one golden rule, treat others the way that you wish to be treated yourself.